Thou art my king, O God, command deliverances for Jacob. Through thee will we push down our enemies. Through thy name will we treat them under that rise up against us. For I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me. But thou hast saved us from our enemies, and hast put them to shame that hated us. In God we boast all day long, and praise thy name forever. Selah. Woo! And this is really important, guys. We're speaking of swords, we're speaking of bows, we're speaking of weapons, we're speaking of men that were going into battle, that were charging against their enemies to defend their families, their territory, to defend the will of God. These men were putting their life in risk every single day. And like they say, for I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me. They were not trusting in their skills, they were not trusting in their weapons, even if they had them. Just like you have many skills in your life right now. Maybe you have studied in the best universities, maybe you have a God-given talent, maybe you're in your way to finding these talents, but you're going to face many challenges, and you're going to think that these talents are all that you need to face these challenges. But if you put God first, you don't even need your bow, you don't even need your sword. You don't need to trust in these things. As long as you put God first, God is going to deliver your enemies into your hand. God is going to open the correct doors for you. Haven't you seen people that live in abundance that maybe don't have the same skills that you have? Because there are a lot of good men and women preaching here in YouTube, and their life is improving. They are starting to live in abundance, and they do not have the degrees from the best universities. Some of them are not even able to speak English all correctly, but they get in front of the camera and they preach the word of God. They put God first, and God opens the doors for them. So I want to invite you to put God first in everything that you do. Before, when I will wake up and everything that I wanted to do was work. I will get here into working. I thought that because of that, everything was going to improve. I was going to go easy through life. But time and time went on, and I started to realize that there was something missing. That I could work as much as I could, that I could use my hands and my skills as much as I could. But God was always telling me, God was always calling me through the results of the things, to all these little struggles that started to show in the way. Put me first, and I will not deliver you into your enemies. Put me first, and I will open the doors for you. And nobody can close a door that God opens for you. That's the most beautiful part of it. That when God says this is for you, that is going to be for you 100%, and nobody can take that away. So the best way for a Christian person, if you believe in God, if you believe in His Son Jesus, is that you start your day by putting God first. So you start your day, first thing that you're going to do after today, that you have watched this video, God is speaking to you right now. He's telling you a message through this video. So I want you, every day that you wake up, stop going to do other things first. Of course, if you have to go to the bathroom, if you have to eat, you do that. But the first thing, the first actual task that you're going to do in the day is pray. Get on your knees in your room, in the kitchen, in the living room, or while you are going in the bus ride, close your eyes and pray to God. Pray, just tell Him what is in your heart. Just tell Him what you see, what you're suffering. Deliver all of your problems into Him. Deliver all of the issues that you have into Him. It doesn't mean that you're going to stop taking action. It doesn't mean that, because action will always be required. But even these men that they are talking about, things like it says, for I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me. They still went to battle. They still had to go to battle and to defend their families. So in this case, let's say that they had to go to battle. They still had to go and do whatever they had to do. But they put God first. They did not trust the tools that they had. They trusted that God was going to deliver their enemies into their hands. So it's the same for you. Pray as the first thing that you can. And if you have time in the morning, because maybe you work in the afternoon, read the Bible after you pray. You don't have to read. People think that maybe when you have to read the Bible, you have to go on and read 100 chapters in one sitting. No, if you don't have that much time, read 2 chapters a day. But what God sees is your dedication during time. Imagine someone that reads 2 chapters for an entire year. Every single day he wakes up, he or she has time only for 2 chapters. And he or she wakes up and reads 2 chapters each day for an entire day. That's what God is going to see. Wow, this person cannot maybe read 10 chapters like this other person, but this other person reads once a week. She has read 2 chapters each day for a year. So God is going to see that dedication. God is going to see that you're putting him first. And if you're also praying, you're starting your day in the best possible way. You start your day putting God first. You start your day praying, and then you start your day reading the Bible too. There's nothing possibly that can get in your way, because if you believe with the 100% of your heart that God is with you, if you believe that you don't even need your weapons, you don't need to trust your skills, you don't need, like it says, number 6, for I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me. You don't even need to trust your skills, and you are so confident that things are going to turn out right because God is going to help you, God is right there with you. Then what can stop you? Nothing can stop you. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, because when God says that something is for you, that's the way it will be. So let's start changing the way we get up in our days, the things that we do in the morning, and let's start to put God first in the morning. Right when we wake up, that's when we have to look for God. That's when whatever time we have available. Okay, we have 20 minutes available. Maybe you cannot read, you're in the bus. Take an audiobook of the Bible and go through 1 or 2 chapters in the morning. Dedicate some time to God in the morning. Pray and also read the Bible. I think this is the morning routine that every single Christian should have in their life. Just praying and reading the Bible in the morning, then you have the entire day to do whatever it is that you need to do. But God was the first thing in your life, because with God you can go in your way and there's nothing that can stop you. So this is an open invitation for everybody to take a look into the morning routine and understand that it can be improved, and that God is waiting for you. God is waiting for you to put Him first so that He can open all the doors that you're waiting for. And as I usually say, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.